Jungle Explorer here again with the Goture carbon fiber collapsible rod. Bought this off of Amazon.com for, I think it was $18. I couldn't pass up. I love collapsible rods because I'm always traveling somewhere with a backpack or in a car, and it's really hard to find a good collapsible rod these days in the stores. Used to be quite common. People got away from them. I bought some Bass Pro branded collapsible rods a couple of years ago when I was traveling. I stopped by a Bass Pro and they had some Bass Pro branded ones there, and two of them broke on the first use, and so they weren't very good, and I don't trust them. And the only other ones I've been able to find were some Eagle Claw collapsible rods at Academy, and you know, they're good, but they're small. They're just like 5-foot rods and very flimsy. So when I saw this on Amazon.com, this you know, it's obviously pretty. It's made, it's almost like a piece of jewelry. You know, it's got these pretty little eyes, purple and blue, iridescent. And it's got like gold and like jewels inlaid there. And when I first saw it as a fisherman, I'm like, well, that's way too fancy. They're just trying to make it look good. It can't be that good. And a carbon fiber rod, you know, I would expect to be really expensive. So I thought, well, you know, what the heck, 18 bucks, I'll give it a try. And you know, here's the deal. It's not that bad of a deal. I've used it. I've caught a 20-pound fish on it. I hooked into some rocks with some 30-pound spider wire, and you know, I snagged up, and so I really put some, you know, power on it, and boy, you know, I was actually trying to see if I could break it, and it handled it very well. So I mean, this is the 8-foot. I can't fit it in the video here because obviously I can't fit 8 feet in there, but it has these nice sections here that come out. I'll try to keep them inside the video. It's an 8-foot rod. Has 5 eyes on it. This is all alloy here. This is aluminum, not plastic. Holds a reel in there. Let me put my reel in there. I've got this Wish.com spinning reel. It's a bait runner. I use this setup for catfish and carp, and I do a lot of carp fishing. I like carp. I think they fight really hard. You know, people, a lot of, you know, largemouth bass, that's fine and everything, but you know, carp are easier to catch and they fight really hard. They're good. To me, they're a sport fish, and I enjoy catching them, as well as buffalo or catfish, and so I caught a 20-pound black buffalo, which is a type of fish, not an animal. It is an actual. You got a smallmouth buffalo. It's a type of a fish that you catch in certain waters that has them. But one thing that I did not know that this thing could do, and that is not actually in the description, and that's one of the reasons I'm making this video, is it actually has an extendable handle. Now the handle on it, this is the one thing that could be improved. This is hard to hold on to. It's hard to use as a casting rod, say like for bass fishing, because it's really slick and it's really hard to hold on to. But check this out. You unscrew this and you get another 10 inches. This allows you to stick it down in some rocks or into a rod holder, and so that's actually not in the description of the rod. So that was actually pretty cool, and I actually used it. I was fishing off of a lake, a dam at a lake, and I was able to extend that out, stick that down in the rocks. So far, the rod itself is actually very stiff. Once it's extended out here, it does not really have a lot of play to it. It really comes a long ways out. As I said, this is very, very stiff. You would not expect this level of stiffness out of a collapsible rod, which has been my problem with collapsible rods, is they really have a really light action. This would be a medium to heavy action. It's very, you know, has very stiff, doesn't flex. much at all when throwing and stuff. And I wouldn't recommend it for, say, bass fishing where you're going to be casting all day, just because of the handle, unless you could figure out something to do with the handle on it. But it is well made, and so far I've not been able to break it. Not that I really want to break it, but you know, I would rather have it break under a stress test rather than break with a good fish on the line. So whenever I get something like this, you know, I want to see if it actually is going to hold up before I get a big fish on it. So, you know, do a little testing on it. And I've got, this is the reel I use with it. It's got 30-pound Spiderwire on it. You know, so if I get snagged up, I've put some pretty good stress loads on this rod, and so far it hasn't shown any sign of frailty or weakening down. So you know, it's a good rod. It's a little too pretty for my taste. I mean, that's kind of, I wish it was kind of like more manly, you know. It's got like jewelry on it and stuff, but if it catches fish, that's what matters. So this is the Goture, G-O-T-U-R-E, portable carbon fiber telescopic fishing rod. Get this off Amazon.com. Well, they come in different sizes. You can get them from 5 foot to like 13 foot long. I chose the 8 foot. 13 foot's just way too long for me. The 5 foot would be too short. But you can get them in multiple lengths, and you're going to pay for, you know, different amounts for the different lengths. I paid $18 for this when I bought it. I think it was well worth the money. It makes a good combination here. And so, you know, if you need a good telescopic rod, and it's made out of carbon fiber, so that should, you know, if you were going to buy a carbon fiber rod, you would pay a lot more than that. So it's a good rod, and I wouldn't hesitate to buy it again. So anyways, there you go. You have it. So if you're looking into a telescopic rod, this might be an option for you. So if you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks, and until next time.